The new Subaru Outback. Incredible handling. Phenomenal tech. Awesome capability. Make more memories. Do more, Australia. The new Subaru Outback. Incredible handling. Phenomenal tech. Awesome capability. Make more memories. Do more, Australia. The new Subaru Outback. Incredible handling. Phenomenal tech. Awesome capability. Make more memories. Do more, Australia.
Very good morning, ladies and gentlemen, from the Mandurah Aquatic and Recreation Centre in Mandurah, which is about an hour south of the city of Perth. We are about to bring you the final of the men's tournament at the Australian Floorball Open 2018. Must apologise that we were unable to bring you the women's final because we have had a lot of internet issues here at the Mandurah Aquatic and Recreation Centre. And it just caused a lot of problems in that the upload speed wasn't high enough for us to bring you any of the action. Suddenly it has improved, and we're hoping that we will be able to bring you all of this game. If there are any issues with the buffering, we do apologise. We're doing the best we can to make this as smooth a viewing experience for you as we possibly can. You may have noticed that we've got a major sponsor who's made this possible, and that's Subaru Mandurah. Do you know where they are? Well, they're at 16 Panton Road, just off Gordon Road in Mandurah, and we thank them for making this live stream possible here on the final day of AFO 2018. I'm Ashley Morrison, looking forward to bringing you all of the action from this game, which will see the Eastern Sonics taking on the Pakenham Squishies. And the Squishies have won 4 Australian Floorball Open titles in the past, and in fact Victoria have been a very successful state in the men's competition. They've won it 6 times, New South Wales 8, Western Australia 2, and Queensland just the once. So can the Squishies win a 5th title? It will be a fantastic achievement for them if they can. They claim to be the largest and most successful floorball club in the country, and this will be the test for them if they can perform today. Well, the Sonics, they're made up a combined team from New South Wales with players from clubs like the Newcastle Cobras, the Bondi Raptors. They've also got a couple of players from Western Australia. Their goalkeeper, who is Vladimir Plocek, comes from the Czech Republic originally, but is now calling Western Australia home. And then Tim Bottler, who even played for the Pakenham Squishies. So Tim Bottler will be looking to put one over his former team. I did mention we've had one game today. We had the Canberra Chargettes against the Perth Panthers in the women's final. And I must say, although WA were looking to get their 4th win in a row, it was Western Australia who went down in that game by 2-1. And it was a fantastic performance in goal by Merrin Bradford. And she got the player of the match for the Canberra Chargettes. And player of the match for the Perth Panthers was their captain, Blaze Hodges. But it was a superb performance by Merrin Bradford in goal that prevented the Panthers getting more than the 1 goal in the match, and also steered the Canberra Chargettes to victory. And it was a famous victory, and we do apologise again that we were unable to bring you that just because of just the power of the internet here. Hopefully we can get through this game and bring you the following games after this, which will be the Easts versus the Wests, men and women. So it is now the game about to get underway. Pakenham Squishies in the green and gold, and it is the Eastern Sonics in the red and black. And we're underway. 3 periods of 20 minutes. And immediately on the attack go the Squishies. Good work being done by Carl Hammerlund in front of the goal. Called into action and eventually cleared. Plocek straight away involved. It was interesting reading about Vladimir Plocek when he moved here. He was saying that couldn't believe how all the Scandinavians got all the attention, and the Czech Republic, where floorball is still pretty big over there, he said he could walk around and no one really batted an eyelid when he said he was from there. But if you were a Swede or a Finn, everyone was so excited and wanted to learn more from you. But he's made a name for himself and couldn't get that one under control, and it breaks free in the end. Fired in by Lamble, but saved by Plocek. Tommy Nordstrom, one of the older players for the Sonics, brought down in the forward line by Tim Bottler. Bottler, as I said, always lively. He's been out for a while, missed about a year of floorball and also outdoor hockey with back problems. And he was saying he's still suffering from that. Apparently it's bone on bone in his spine, which must be incredibly uncomfortable. Good defence from Delaney. Put under pressure, though, by Daniel Gartner. Gartner. There are 2 Gartner brothers playing in the tournament. Daniel is the only one at the moment playing for the Sonics. Super pass straight through the heart. Picked up well in front of goal. Laid back. Nobody there, though, for the Sonics. And now Delaney looks to carry out from defence. Good block coming in from Noah Abel. And if you're new to floorball, of course, interchange throughout the match. No limit on how many times you change your players, and fairly regular to see the whole outfield group changed in one hit. Lamble forced to go back round the back of his own goal. Lamble miscontrolled and almost stolen by the Sonics, and a very good opportunity for them. Standel just poking it clear. That's Gavin Standel. Brother Ray is wearing the number 10. So Sonics now making the changes. Maxwell Bowen just plays it out to Nordstrom, played forward. Woods across the face of goal. Bottler just a heavy touch. Normally he would have fired that and got at least a save out of the goalkeeper. Tommy Nordstrom, 42 years old. Still plenty of life in his legs at the moment. Almost dispossessed and put his team under trouble, but it's going to be break forward from Brad King. King and taking a tumble was Standel. Good defence again from the Sonics, but King, I think, in a bit of pain, having taken a rather heavy fall. So just holding play up because of the injury, and not surprisingly, teammates very quick to come over and check he's okay. Sean Frazier apologising. He was the man who went into the challenge with King. Well, we do hope there's nothing too serious happened to Brad King. He's slow to his feet, being helped by his teammates off the court with some generous applause from the crowd here down in Mandurah. Looks as if it's the ankle that is the problem. Maybe just rolled it, but certainly looks to be in a lot of pain, and the grimace would say, I'm not sure whether he's going to be back out there for the Squishies in this match. This is the 18th edition of the Australian Floorball Open. It's been rotated around the country. Western Australia played host back in 2014, and the Squishies were victorious then. So they'll feel it's a happy hunting ground for them. Carl Hammerlund is about to just wait for the ball. Interesting that he, like most of the Squishies, have odd socks. I don't know if anyone's noticed that. They have one yellow sock, one green sock. And possession given back to the Squishies. Nice sporting gesture. Played behind the goal by Delaney, and Delaney now bursting up the right-hand side. Just checks back. Under pressure he was from Vladimir Miskovic. Delaney, Hammerland in support. Miskovic stole it. One back by Delaney, but it will be a Sonics ball. Trying to fire the shot away, and it was not a bad attempt, but it was a really good block. Thomas Gartner denied. Both teams changing personnel. Ball now with Ray Standel to his brother. Under a lot of pressure, Ray Standel loses out in the end, and it's a Gartner who manages to find his brother. Daniel Gartner on the ball now. Going one way and the other, being followed all the time by Jordan Noyen. That's a super pass infield to his brother, almost telepathic, as Thomas Gartner makes his way off. And so too will Daniel as well. Bowen just combining with Nordstrom at the back. Nordstrom, left-handed player. You'll find that left-handed players are regarded as some of the more skillful when it comes to floorball. Van der Swart up against the boards. Real pressure being applied. The ball's just coming undone momentarily. Delaney coming forward. Luby in support. Fired towards the goal, but picked up again by Delaney. Round the back of the goal, trying to just push the ball, but stolen off him by Nordstrom. Moncton, and he just couldn't see the pass between the legs. Tommy Nordstrom, born in Finland. He's actually got a very interesting company called Pupsy & Co., which is about finding dogs partners. Well, we've heard about all the various dating agencies for humans, and he just feels it's very important that young dogs have partners that they can play with and enjoy their time when they go for a walk. And if you read about it, it's actually quite an interesting concept. So Pupsy & Co. is the name of the company. Nordstrom on the ball now. In fact, it's just called Pupsy. Played slightly behind Noah Abel, played him into a little bit of pressure. Zach Oak just maybe taking his eye off the ball momentarily, but it's now back with Gartner, and Sonics keeping possession. Gartner firing it forward. It's a good pass trying to pick out Miskovic. One back again by the Sonics. Delaney working hard in defence for the Squishies. So Delaney getting plenty of touches so far in this men's final of the Australian Floorball Open 2018. Tom Delaney, who has played for Australia, as most of the Squishies players have. Steindl. And just over the crossbar it goes from Miskovic. And he just looked up to the rafters, knowing that he needed to hit the target. It's a really good chance for the Sonics. Steindl combining with his brother, and it goes through to the keeper. Ryan Alexandrakis in goal for the Squishies. Strong challenge again from Nordstrom. Stole possession back for the Sonics. Trying to play it across was Sean Fraser, but it's now Squishies on the attack from Noyen. Van der Swart brings it under control. Just a little spin from him. Fired across the face of goal. Lamble lays it back. Standel with a shot. Plays it across. And in the end, the shot from Noyen goes wide. Just a vital touch coming from the Sonics defence, making it just that little bit harder for the Squishies to get a clean shot at goal. Daniel Gartner As in front of him, Thomas Gartner. Thomas with the thick headband. Daniel with what is usually known as an Alice band. Delaney using his body well. Hammerland. Hammerland plays it forward. Griffin, good run from him. Griffin still with the ball. Ricochets just round the back, and Plocek lost it for a second, and it was good work by Gartner to carry it forward for the Sonics. And it will be free hit to the Sonics as they ring the changes once more. Approaching the halfway point of the first period. No goals as yet. Nordstrom tried a shot. It came off a Squishies player, so it should be hit into the Sonics. Bottler lurking. Ball, though, however, comes back to Bowen. Bowen first timed it back to Fraser, who also tried to first time it into the danger area in front of the goal, but Woods, it went behind him. Lamble. Bottler in hot pursuit. And that's a brilliant steal by Bottler in front of goal. Alexandrakis makes a really good save. That was a very important touch from the Squishies keeper. So suddenly, Squishies under a little bit of pressure at the halfway point of the first period. Happy to come back to the halfway mark. Gartner. Good shimmy from him, goes infield, and I think that just flicked off the shoulder of Alexandrakis. So it will again be a hit in for the Sonics. Comes back to Gartner. Gartner shielding it well as Van der Swart was trying to just get in his way as he made a path towards goal. Miskovic to Gartner. Gartner with two Squishies players in attendance, and they're bursting forward. Whistle has gone. Staindl didn't hear it, though. So it will be Sonic's ball. As both teams ringing the changes. Fraser over the ball, lays it infield. Bottler denied. Three Squishies players around him. They know just how dangerous he can be. A lovely steal coming from Nordstrom. Nordstrom to Bottler. Comes back to Nordstrom. Lifts it over the top. Good use of the chest from Sean Fraser. Fraser does well, goes behind the goal, looked to feed Bottler. And again, his touch just letting him down. But you would expect that, having been out for so long. Been out for almost a year. But they say you never lose it. Hammerland, good pass from him. Picks out Griffin wide on the left for the Squishies. Hammerland just drifted in behind the Sonics defence. Has the ball now. And it goes across the face of goal. Sonics get the chance to pick up. Big pressure applied, though, by Moncton. Moncton just switching with Lamble as the Gartner brothers again play out from the back for the Sonics. Here's a good chance. Oh, a long way off target from Zach Oak. You could see his eyes opening up as it came to him wide on the left-hand side. He had plenty of time and space. Just rushed the shot, and it was a long way wide of the target. But here's a great opportunity. Good save, Alexandrakis, to deny Miskovic. Alexandrakis has been the busier of the two keepers so far in this first period. And that was another good save from him at point-blank range to deny Vladimir Miskovic. Fired forward again. Miskovic was there, and Alexandrakis watched it all the way into his hands. He's thrown it straight back to the Sonics. There's a goal, and they finally get one. Daniel Gartner gets the opener for the Sonics. And it was the first mistake by Ryan Alexandrakis. And boy, has his team paid a heavy price. Gartner saying thank you very much, lifting it over the goalkeeper. And it is the Eastern Sonics 1, Pakenham Squishies 0. So it will be a real test now for the Squishies. Sonics will know how good they are, how strong they are, and how important it is to get that lead. If they can just keep the Squishies out till the first break, that should be their goal from now on. Hammerland over the ball, just going a little bit early was Jeremy Monkton. Projek watching it all the way into his hands. Bowen to Nordstrom. Nordstrom allowed to carry the ball forward. He uses the boards along the side, but it's picked up well on the right-hand side by Ben Luby. Delaney using the boards himself. Bottler feeds it infield. Griffin has to help out, and once more, just not able to get the touch was Michael Woods. He's getting in the right positions at the moment. Nordstrom, great block and a brilliant save. Plocek just under his armpit. Not sure he knew exactly where that had gone until it had lodged between his arm and his body. But he was in the right position for it to hit him in that area. That's half the battle, the positioning of the goalkeeper. Gartner carrying it out again. Pressure from Monkton. Monkton really persistent, trying to get the ball, and in the end, concedes the free hit. The scoreboard hasn't changed as yet, but hopefully it will change soon. And there we go, just changed, so that was good timing. Good work being done by Griffin, was really determined. Monkton now persistent, going around the back of the goal. There's Daniel Gartner. The Gartner brothers combining again well. Monkton, though, has it on the right, left-hand side. Good ball to Staindl. Staindl, look how he looked up before he actually collected the pass, just to see what was available. That's one of the things that they say in all sports. If you have that awareness before you actually play the ball, scan what's around you, that's a sign of a good player. And they've already identified that players that do that when they're young usually go on to excel in a number of sports, because what they do is they create more time and space for themselves, and also they know what options are available once they get the ball under control. Staindl again on the ball. Gavin Staindl, 29 years old. Works in real estate in Pakenham. And by all accounts, they say he has an encyclopedic knowledge of the area and the real estate prices. So if you are looking to move to that part of Victoria, maybe Gavin Staindl's your man. Hammerland, lovely turn from him, but good footwork from Michael Woods. Ball goes up in the air. Brought down on the chest brilliantly by Ben Luby. Played forward. Pressure for Noni. David Noni in the end losing out, and Bottler now carrying it forward. Good save again from Alexandrakis. Really fast shot from Tim Bottler. Plocek thought about throwing it forward and then just in the end decided to just drop the ball to Max Bowen. Noah Abel helps it out wide onto the left, goes up off the stick of Zach Oakes, so it'll be a hit in from the side for the Squishies. Staindl brothers down below us. Intercepted though well, and Gartner just trying to help it forward to Miskovic. Miskovic picks up, shoots, and again Alexandrakis in a good position. Staindl just dropping the ball out the back. Good awareness that his brother was there. Shot comes in. Good block this time coming from Ray Staindl. Got down low. And the ball just ricocheting into his leg. Just for a second, it looked as if Squishies were going to have an extra player, but of course they mustn't come onto the court until the outgoing player has left. Zach Oak feeds it forward. And that's just ricocheted again off Daniel Gartner. Gartner at the moment, his goal is the difference as we head into the final 3 minutes of this first period. Eastern Sonics are leading at the moment. Bottler goes behind the goal. Lays it back. Just left it a little bit too far away from Max Bowen. Bowen, though, collects now. Carries to the centre. Pushed out wide by Sean Fraser. Nordstrom loses out. And here's a chance now. Hammerland looking to feed Moncton. Good touch in the end coming from Bowen. Just took it away from Moncton when it needed to be taken away. But it is Squishy's ball from the side. Hammerland just making sure he's got it in the right spot. Played down the line. It was played into Moncton, just had to move away from goal. It was a good ball from Jordan Knoll. And help forward, Hammerland brings it under control. Happily carried forward by Luby. Delaney, plenty of space for him as he fires a shot in. Good work again being done by Michael Woods, just getting his big frame in the way. And Noel, well, he had a really good chance. Plocek saved and it fell to Noel. And again, a good shot coming in from the Squishies from long range. It was Luby's shot. Moncton, this is good spell of pressure. Moncton goes into the foot of Woods. Woods has made a good run forward and Bottler is bundled onto the court. So another hit, free hit to Eastern Sonics, and they'll take their time with just over a minute left in the first quarter. Ricocheting up, it's in front of the goal, and Squishies will come away with it. Staindl looking to feed Moncton wide on the right-hand side. It was a good pass from Staindl. Across the face of goal. Unfortunately, Lamble didn't get the connection he was looking for, and it goes back to the Sonics. A lovely spin from Abel, but it's a good save from Plocek. Right on the edge of his area. Across the face of goal again from Staindl. Picked up, though, by Gartner. Well, a really good spell of pressure from the Squishies late in this first period. But it is the Sonics who get to relieve that pressure with a free hit. And they ring the changes again just to slow things down a little bit. And who better to do that than Tommy Nordstrom? Nordstrom just quite happy. Just running the clock down, 15 seconds left. Squishy's not applying any pressure. Manages to find Woods in front of goal, and it was an air swing from Sean Fraser. Well, I think it was that. He may have been, to be fair, letting the ball run to Tim Bottler. He may well have actually had the call before, and a rather physical challenge coming in from Max Bowen right at the end of the quarter. Hooter has gone, and that is the end of the first quarter. We're into the first break. And it has been the Eastern Sonics who are going in with the ascendancy as they swap ends. It is Eastern Sonics 1, Pakenham Squishies 0. Dan Gartner, the goal scorer, in the 13th minute.
The new Subaru Outback. Incredible handling. Phenomenal tech. Awesome capability. Make more memories. Do more, Australia. The new Subaru Outback. Incredible handling. Phenomenal tech. Awesome capability. Make more memories. Do more, Australia.
Welcome back to the Mandurah Aquatic and Recreation Centre. Second period about to get underway in the men's final of the Australian Floorball Open 2018. It is the Eastern Sonics in red and black leading the Pakenham Squishies by 1-0. Our thanks again to Subaru Mandurah. Do you know where they are? Subaru Mandurah, 16 Panton Road, just off Gordon Road in Mandurah. They are the sponsors of this live stream, and we do apologise that we have had a lot of issues with the quality of the internet here, which is maybe causing a little bit of buffering, but hopefully you can stick with us. If not, watch the game after it has been completed. Gartner, Thomas Gartner over the ball. It was his brother who just played the ball back there to Noah Abel, who has the goal that separates the two teams at the moment. Gartner just doubling back. That's Daniel Gartner. Still on the ball. Squishies making him go back and not allowing any space to the Sonics at the moment. Really strong challenge coming in the back from the big man, Ben Luby. It will be a hit to the Sonics. Gonna have to bring it right back over to the corner. Sean Fraser just talking to the officials. Nordstrom finds Fraser behind the goal. Fraser, a strong challenge coming in from Steindl. Everybody lost the ball for a second. Nordstrom thought he'd got it. Monkton, good steal by him. Monkton needs some support now. Plays it square. Steindl again, Gavin Steindl this time, looking for Monkton wide on the right. Picked him out well. Steindl takes up a good position in front of goal as Monkton goes back behind the goal. Now to Noyen. Noyen to Ray Steindl, picks out his brother Gavin well. Monkton again, who's been involved in so much. It'll come out to Ray Steindl. Good defence from the Sonics. Chance for Squishies to just be patient and draw the defence out. Good shot. Plocek just had to pluck that out of the air, and he had Nordstrom in front of him. Monkton, though, picks it up again. A chance now for Sonics. Bottler got the better of Steindl. Bottler, good save again. It was a good save from Ryan Alexandrakis, who really has had a lot to do in this match so far. He's just been beaten the once, but he's made some outstanding saves, and he's keeping the Squishies alive. Noel just comes straight off the bench into the action. And the ball, to the frustration of the Sonics, goes into the net, but Alexandrakis not even attempting to make a save, having heard the whistle. And that was a heavy touch coming from Zach Oak. Almost played his team into trouble. Van der Zwaart on the ball now, goes to Luby. Luby, good release to Hammerland. Hammerland, again, lovely pass, picking out Noel. Ricochets up in the air. Noel using his body. And he gets the free hit and the applause from the bench. Tom Delaney. Delaney firing it in. Hammerland will steal. Good steal off Gartner. Hammerland looking to switch it back. Was trying to find Van der Zwaart. Noah Abel will get things underway again. Pressure from Van der Zwaart. Break from Zach Oak. Yeah, and it's gone in. And it was Miskovic who got the touch. So it's the Sonics now leading the Squishies by 2-0. Miskovic with a really good deflection. And it was a good run, though, by Zach Oak. So 2-0 now to the Eastern Sonics. Hopefully, again, the scoreboard, they will change shortly. I'm afraid we're not controlling the scoreboard at the moment. There we go. They've done it. So now the Squishies, who were runners-up in 2017 when they actually hosted the Australian Floorball Open. They were victors in 2016 where they were also the hosts. But now they find themselves with a lot of work to do. Still plenty of time left in the match. We have just over 15 minutes left in this period and another 20 to come. Tim Bottler bundled over the sideboard by former teammate Gavin Steindl. And a few words, I think, uttered as Bottler goes to take his place on the bench. Monkton's feet just preventing Gartner getting forward. Gartner on the ball now through the legs of Steindl. Manages to pick out Miskovic. Miskovic loses out, and Monkton bursting forward gets the free hit. And Monkton has been very, very lively. Jeremy Monkton has also played for Australia since 2011. Studied at St Francis Xavier College in Canberra. Gartner feeds it to his brother, and Hammerland. Well, there were appeals, I think, that Hammerland maybe used his hand. Certainly it was shielded from the referee. Hammerland just behind the goal. Gartner just sitting there. The two Gartner brothers. We've got Daniel just in front of the goalkeeper, and now his brother Thomas will apply a bit of pressure. Thomas comes across to Hammerland, stolen by Oak, fed to Gartner again. It was a good bit of work. I think it was Griffin who got the touch. Griffin on the ball now. Luby couldn't get there ahead of Gartner. Gartner squares the ball back to his brother and shoots wide. Thomas Gartner very close, but just about a foot off target, much to the relief of Ryan Alexandrakis. Steindl. Griffin. In fact, sorry, it was Monkton, not Griffin. My apologies. So Ray Steindl to Gavin. One hand on the stick. Monkton. Monkton lays it back. Just pushed forward now by Ray Steindl to Gavin. Back to his brother. Using the boards, and Nguyen had to be there quickly. Took the deflection off the Sonic stick of Sean Fraser. So it'll be a hit in for the Squishies. Steindl with a little bit of space on his left hand. Strong challenge from Ray Steindl. Appeals from Sean Fraser. Play on is the call from the referee. Nordstrom, good touch, and that was a great first-time ball from Michael Woods. Unfortunately, it didn't find a Sonics teammate, but this is good work now by Fraser. Fraser behind the face of goal. Alexandrakis with a good block. Just cleared in the end by Gavin Steindl. Monkton now bursting forward. Just has to check back. Feeds it now to Nguyen. Nguyen with a shot, and Plocek, well, it was going over, but he didn't know that. Had to make the save. Good save again by the Sonics keeper. Lamble feeds it out to Gavin Steindl. Steindl. And it's thought it had gone in. It hit the net, but it was the outside of the goal from Monkton. Down below us, the Squishies bench were all up celebrating, and then they just saw it ricochet off the backboard. So disappointment for the men in green and gold. Down the side it goes. Griffin just poking it ahead, but Gartner managing to bring it under control. Squishies just sitting off. Trailing by 2-0. Sonics will not mind. Still, though, plenty of time to go in this match. This men's final of the Australian Floorball Open 2018, brought to you by Subaru Mandurah. Do you know where they are? They're at 16 Panton Road, just off Gordon Road in Mandurah. Just about an hour south of Perth. Good steal again coming from Ben Luby. And the ever lively Moncton comes back on. He was highlighted as a young up-and-coming player. Moncton back in 2014 in Gothenburg alongside Tim Bottler. And he's lived up to those raps ever since. So it is going to be a squishies hit in. Gavin Staindl looks to fire it back. Moncton couldn't get on the end of it. Good interception by the Sonics, and it was fired forward, hopefully by Miskovic. Gartner looked as if he'd got it, but it will in the end be picked up by Noah Abel. Zach Oak trying a long-range shot, went into Gavin Staindl, and now Moncton picks up the rebound, burst forward. Two Sonics players in attendance, but it was a hand in the back from Noah Abel, as both teams replace all of their outfield players. Almost at the halfway point of the second period. Squishies trailing by 2-0. First goal coming in the first period from Dan Gartner in the 13th minute. And Miskovic scoring at the start of the second after good work by Zach Oak. Griffin. Long-range effort from Delaney, intercepted. Played into the feet from Fraser, and Hammerlund. Good work by him again. The directed pass has ended up with Bottler. Bottler left it behind. Fraser couldn't get the shot away. Fraser will get the rebound after Max Bowen's shot was blocked. Hammerlund. And the whistle has already gone for a foul coming in from Sean Fraser. Staindl wide on the left. Can he spark something for the Squishies? Good shot, blocked by Plocek again. Nordstrom picks up the loose ball and just calms things down at the back for the Sonics. Also just tries to hang on to possession as they change their personnel once more. Nordstrom, so experienced, he's calling Gartner towards him, and in the end he lets Zach Oak pick up possession. Nordstrom makes his way off, and Noah Abel comes back on for the Sonics. Daniel Gartner to Tom. Down the side it goes, picks out Vladimir Miskovic. Miskovic picks out Noah Abel. And Ray Staindl has been hurt. That was straight away. He just got caught. And that looked pretty bad. I'm not quite sure there was anything deliberate or nasty in that from Noah Abel, but Ray Staindl just got caught as he went in to make the challenge. Maybe it was just the stick or an elbow that just caught him. I'm not too sure. I'm pleased to see he's back up on his feet anyway, but he's going straight off the side. And not surprisingly, his brother is there just to make sure he is okay. Ray Staindl is the younger brother. Just trying to see whether there was a little bit of blood or something. He's certainly got a towel on his face at the moment. And I think, yep, there is a little bit of blood on the court, so that's being cleaned up at the moment. Well, we do hope it's nothing too serious for Ray Staindl. Just turned 28 on the 1st of March. He's the owner-operator at #Floorball, Australia's newest supplier of floorball equipment. He's also into coaching as well, so Ray Staindl just having to have a little bit of attention on the side. So no doubt you would expect the Sonics to give possession straight back. Well, in fact, it's Squishies who have given possession back because it was the Sonics who had the ball. So again, sporting behaviour by these teams, and saw a really sporting encounter between two women's teams earlier today. Canberra Chargettes victorious over the Perth Panthers by 2-1. But it was a game that was fiercely competitive but played in a really good spirit. That comes out wide to Zach Oak. Of course, a lot of these players will be teaming up together to play for the East's team as they take on the West's. And the East are actually, at the moment, in a very good position because on aggregate they are well ahead of Western Australia, having won the first 2 games. It's going to take something special for Wests to get level, but they're going out there, we heard earlier, just to try and get a result in the final game. And the reason they've gone with the aggregate score is just to keep it interesting. And it's just 2 goals the difference between the East and West women. Carried forward by Nguyen to Hammerland. Hammerland's was a good pass, and unfortunately Griffin couldn't get the shot on goal. It was released really early by David Noni, and it was a good pass across the face of goal. Moncton lost possession. Nguyen has to help out. Staindl, lovely little touch to Moncton, and over the goal it goes from Moncton. Knew exactly what he was doing, created a little bit of space and then fired off the shot with a really quick whippy wrist action. Certainly had Plocek beaten as it sailed over the crossbar. Nordstrom shaped as if he was going to go through the gap and eventually was closed down, but he somehow managed to get the pass away to Thomas Gartner. Thomas Gartner being put under pressure by Lamble. Fired forward and just cleared first hand by Jake van der Swart. You can still see in the bottom corner, Ray Staindl still with a towel to his head, physio with him. Gartner, oh, just wide. I think that might have taken a touch off Alexandrakis. It was indeed, so it'll be a hit in for the Sonics. Alexandrakis with another very important touch. What a match he's having, Ryan Alexandrakis. Delaney found Griffin. Griffin was put under immense pressure by Noah Abel. Abel goes behind the goal. Has to go back to Zach Oak, gets the return pass. Abel helps it down the line. Gartner showed and just tempted the defence to come for him. Noah Abel breaking forward, showed a little bit too much. Griffin thought of pouncing, but Abel did well. In the end, he finds Gartner. Gartner cuts in court, fires a shot away. Alexandrakis, another sharp save from him. Alexandrakis, just 20 years of age. He was picked with... Oh, it's gone in. And it was, in the end, just lifted over Alexandrakis by Daniel Gartner, and it's 3-0 to the Sonics. So Gartner gets a second and his third, for his team. And it is Eastern Sonics 3, Pakenham Squishies 0 at the moment. A really great finish. So just 4 minutes left in the second quarter, and Squishies need a goal, and they need a goal fast. And again, it's the danger man, Jeremy Moncton, who pushes it over the bar. He's created plenty of opportunities, but so far has either been denied by Plocek or has just lifted his shot over the crossbar. Pakenham Squishies with a far bigger squad than the Eastern Sonics, but it is the Sonics at the moment very much in the ascendancy as Bottler picks up in the forward line. Moncton comes in. those two former teammates at under 19 level. Decision goes Tim Bottler's way. Fired in, Alexandrakis, another good save from him. He was saying, Alexandrakis, that he'd really never had any proper goalkeeping coaching. He said that Brad King mentored him when he joined Pakenham Squishies. Nguyen with a shot, Plocek well placed. Into the chest it goes, throws it forward, good release from him. Looking to lay it back to Bottler. With Sean Fraser, but it was just a little bit too far behind. First time forward to Moncton from Jordan Nguyen rather. Nordstrom, well, that was clever. Played forward again into space. Miskovic got the second goal. Moncton now has a bit of space, shoots on the turn, but it goes wide of Plocek's left-hand post. Miskovic squares the ball. Gartner will pick up. Zach Oak is dropping back to help out Gartner, and Noah Abel had a little bit of space on the right. Tries a shot. Good block by Van der Zwaart. Nguyen will pick up as we're in the final 3 minutes of the second period. Eastern Sonics in the ascendancy at the moment, winning by 3-0. Thomas Gartner will lose out, or no, he's still got it at the moment, but does eventually lose out. Griffin and Nguyen, Delaney combining. Abel to Gartner. He just fires it down the middle and almost a touch from his brother to complete a hat-trick. Alexandrakis, though, was there, and there was no deflection in front of him. Thomas Gartner goes wide to his brother Daniel. Oh, that wasn't far away from the left-hand post. Comes back to Gartner. Strong challenge in the back from Hammerlund. Nordstrom has to just check back and pick up possession again for the Sonics. Nordstrom. Alexandrakis covering that very quickly. Delaney. Staindl helps it forward. Moncton looks to go on a run. Cuts infield, but was closed down fairly quickly. Now it's Gavin Staindl. Staindl shimmied as if he was going back. Came forward. Came off the foot of Nordstrom. Was picked up in front of goal by Moncton. And it will be a Squishies free hit just in front of goal. So Plocek and Nordstrom in front. Weeks also making it very difficult for the Squishies to find a path to goal. Staindl tries a shot. Ricochets off two Sonics players, and now breaking forward is Sean Fraser. Fraser looked to square it to Michael Woods. We're in the final minute of the second period. Can Squishies find a goal before the final break? Nordstrom quite happy to just keep possession behind his goal. Lamble and Moncton decide a pincer attack is the way to go. Staindl won possession and almost managed to pick out Lamble. Lamble, though, when looking for Moncton, gave possession back, and Zach Oak played it wide. Still a chance for Squishies before the final break. Plocek, though, collected and lays the ball off to Daniel Gartner. Gartner goes to his brother in front of goal. Moncton again closing back and making it really hard for Sonics to play out from defence. Staindl pushes it forward. Unfortunately for the Squishies, it just came off Daniel Gartner. And that one's just bounced off over the side from Nguyen. And that will be the final play of the second period. And it's been a good one for the Eastern Sonics. They've added to their goal they scored in the first period. Got 2 goals in that period. Miskovic with 1 and Daniel Gartner getting the second of the match, meaning that going into the final break, it is Eastern Sonics 3, Pakenham Squishies 0.
The new Subaru Outback. Incredible handling. Phenomenal tech. Awesome capability. Make more memories. Do more, Australia. The new Subaru Outback. Incredible handling. Phenomenal tech. Awesome capability. Make more memories. Do more, Australia.
Welcome back to the Mandurah Aquatic and Recreation Centre. It is the, you know where they are? They're at 16 Panton Road, just off Gordon Road in Mandurah, an hour south of Perth. This is the final of the men's competition, and at the moment it is the Eastern Sonics leading the Pakenham Squishies by 3-0. Pakenham Squishies have won 4 Australian floorball titles in the past. We're looking for a 5th here in Mandurah, but they've really got it all to do in this final 20 minutes. Sonics have looked rock solid at the back. Alexandrakis in goal for the Squishies has kept them alive in this match, but he has been beaten 3 times. We're underway. Tom Delaney was so dominant in the first period, and he managed to find plenty of space, but it's been closed down since that opening 20 minutes. Shot, and it was a good shot on the turn from Gartner, but another sharp save from Ryan Alexandrakis. Possession given away, and over the bar it goes this time from Thomas Gartner from point-blank range. So it will be Squishies to play out from the back. Jake van der Swart over the ball. Chips it forward. Moncton uses his chest well. He's been lively throughout for the Squishies. Squares the ball. Stainer with a shot. Brilliant save, Plocek. Lamble was trying to get on the end. Moncton finally picks up the ball behind the goal. Scrambling it clear. Gartner and Moncton. And we've got a player down here. I think it was Noah Abel. His head smacking into the court. He's getting up with a smile. But it was just Lamble and Abel that just collided. I'm sure it was Abel's head that just resonated off the boards. But Plocek really had to scramble. So just now wiping up probably a little bit of the moisture from the players being on the deck. But it was a really good chance, and who else but Gavin Staindall with a really sharp shot. Staindl studied at Monash University, went to Beacon Hills College, but is a Pakenham boy through and through. So the officials just making sure there's nothing that anyone can slip on out there, because the game played at such electrifying pace. Try and change direction. That's the last thing you need, is just to slip and then injure yourself or your ankle. So Moncton again, sportingly giving possession back to the Sonics. Great to see, even though you're 3-0 down, that you still do things the right way. Nordstrom finds Bottler. Bottler just pulling away from his defender. Was closed down by Moncton. Managed to still get the pass to Bowen. Bottler running across the face of goal. Was looking for the pass into him to come from Frazier. Didn't manage to find him though. Van der Schwart just leaving it behind for Staindl. Van der Schwart looks for Nguyen. Nguyen is in space. Nguyen, and again Plocek with a good save with his left hand and then gathers in his right. There's a tight angle for Nguyen, but Plocek had to cover that near post. Nordstrom now carries forward, just taken away from him momentarily by Lamble. Gartner, lovely spin away from Lamble, goes through the legs of Moncton. Still Gartner has the ball, kicks it into the boards on the side. Nordstrom looking to feed it back to Daniel Gartner. It was Thomas who did the great run a few minutes ago. Plocek gathers. Daniel Gartner now for the Sonics. Looking for his brother. It was well intercepted initially by Ben Luby. Abel. Gartner has to go back to Abel. He's got Zach Oak wide on the left. Oak just cuts infield and then drops the pass behind him to Abel. Thomas Gartner carrying it forward again. Faced with Noel and Griffin. Manages to pick out his brother wide on the right-hand side. And just the body coming across from Thomas Gartner, stopping Noel getting to the ball. Jordan Noel just hitting the boards on the side, which had just been put back into position below us now. Abel, he gets a bit and goes over the side from Noel. There's no card issued, but the sideboard's just being put back in place. There's just a time off at the moment as they try to get things back in position in the correct way, as the boards just came apart momentarily. Frazier and Maxwell Bowen just waiting over the ball. And a shot straight away. Good save again, Alexandrakis, because there's Nguyen in front of him. And somehow he managed to just save on his reflexes. Carried out now from the defence by Lockie Berry. And the shot, well, really should have hit the target. Much to the relief, though, of the Squishies, he didn't. And so they have possession. 16 minutes left. Can the Squishies get a goal and mount a comeback in this final period? Nordstrom stole possession back and again did well to just steal it off the foot of Nguyen. Taking a tumble was Frazier, but somehow Sonics keep possession. Nordstrom lifted up in the air, used his body well. But it will be Squishy's hit from the side. A hit in there in front of their supporter base. Delaney, good pass forward, picks out Griffin. Griffin, it was a great pass from him to pick out Noel just in front of goal, but it's been lost now and breaking forward one-on-one with the keeper. Alexandrakis does well to deny Miskovic a second, and the Sonics are fourth. Shoulder to shoulder, Noel and Zach Oak. It's getting physical out there. I gotta say that Jordan Noel is not the biggest guy out there, but I tell you what, he doesn't lack courage. He is prepared to go shoulder to shoulder with anybody. Real determination. And that's what you need at this point in a game when you are trailing by 3-0. Once again, we thank Subaru Mandurah. Do you know where they are? 16 Panton Road, just off Gordon Road in Mandurah, an hour south of Perth, for supporting this live stream of the games. We have had a lot of technical problems here at the Mandurah Aquatic and Recreation Centre. Just the internet connection very, very weak at times. So we do apologise if there is a little bit of buffering. Quick pass, and, well, it just went wide from Thomas Gartner, but a really good fast interchange from the Sonics. And once again, it is Squishies scrambling at the back. Luby doing a lot of good work. So Tim Bottler back on against his former side. Played for the Squishies in Perth in 2014 when they were victorious in the final of the Australian Floorball Open. That was when they beat Gypsy. Delaney tries a shot. Bottler stops, but the ball ricochets over the side, and trying to be graceful as he fell was Sean Fraser. Not sure, though, he would have got too many points for gracefulness. Shot comes in. Plocek somehow blocked as Lamble was right in front. So unfortunately, Lamble couldn't get the touch to get one past Plocek. And Woods and Bowen combining, but a little bit of a miscommunication from them as good turn from Fraser. Squishies will be disappointed. Sure, they came into this game expecting to record another famous victory at the Australian Floorball Open. 13 minutes left in the match. Another strong challenge going in. This time from Thomas Gartner. And it was Lockie Berry who went into the boards on the side. Certainly the sponsors getting their money's worth. The players getting a really close-up view of the sponsors' signage. So it's Delaney now for Squishies. Luby in support. Delaney, though, to Griffin. First times it across. Hammerland was blocked. He was not happy with the challenge. He's now going to try and win possession back off Daniel Gartner. Gartner goes to Abel. And that's a great pass to Thomas Gartner. And that is, in fact, Thomas Gartner's goal of the match. But it's now 4-0 to the Sonics. And the Gartner brothers really ripping the Squishies apart. Daniel Gartner with 2, Tom Gartner with 1. And another goal to Vladimir Miskovic. And the Sonics, you feel, with 12.5 minutes left, are really in the box seat. And they are about to be crowned the champions for 2018. Well, the Gartners are twins, just 20 years of age, the two of them. Both born in the Czech Republic. Have represented Australia, though, at under-19s. And also at senior level, having played at the World Futsal Cup qualifiers in 2018. But boy, oh boy, are they putting on a show together today. Originally from Prague. Moved to Australia because of their father's work. And they haven't looked back since. And just wide. Well, that was a really good chance. And if anyone deserved a goal for Squishies, it was Moncton. Jeremy Moncton got the good shot away, but it just was off target. Noel. And, well, that looked like a little bit of a push in the back from Gartner. Got away with it. Miskovic looking to lay it back. And this time, Thomas Gartner lifts it high and out of play. Hammerland just knocking the ball ahead of himself. Good release to Griffin. Griffin, though, closely attended by Abel. Delaney keeps it alive for the Squishies. Off the backboard it goes, and sliding in is Zach Oak. Delaney has Griffin, and then just in front of the goal is Jordan Knoll. Delaney, through the legs he goes to Griffin. Griffin feeds Knoll, and Knoll gets the goal, and you can see what it means to Squishies. So Knoll finally getting a goal. And Squishies beat Plocek with 11 minutes left in the match. So it's going to be a really interesting finish, but there you feel still a great ask for Squishies to come back in this game. Back underway very quickly. Tim Bottler fires it in. Brilliant save from Alexandrakis. Bottler on the turn really let fly, and Alexandrakis' left hand came up at his near post and made sure it didn't find the back of the net. Nguyen makes a good run forward. Lamble just lost control for a second. Ricochets, though, in the end off Bowen. So it'll be a hit in for the Squishies. Lamble over the ball. And good to see Ray Staindl back on the court after that blow to the face. Squishies again. Comes back to Ray Staindl. Gavin Staindl just sitting in front of the goal at the moment. Deflection comes in. Lamble goes in hard on Nordstrom. Eventually comes up with the ball. Nordstrom, well, he's getting physical down there, and both teams ringing the changes now. I'm pretty sure that it's a free hit to the Squishies. Nordstrom, I thought, was a stick check. And it is indeed, as Hammerland. Delaney picks up. Maybe he should have let it run for Knoll. No, he didn't need to. What a finish by Tom Delaney. Well, he was outstanding in the first period, and he's finished off the last period with a goal, and he's pulling Squishies back into the match. We still have 9.5 minutes left. Squishies now trailing 4-2 against the Eastern Sonics. Can the Sonics keep their composure, or are Squishies on the way back and forcing us into extra time? Nine and a half minutes left. And it is 4-2 in favour of the Sonics. Still waiting again for the scoreboard to change. I'm sure it will change at some stage. It has changed now. That's good to see. Scoreboard operator down below us. Maybe you can hear me trying to prompt him a little bit. Hammerland. It was good work by him. Delaney, though, what a finish. Again, they're switching play well. The coaching staff for Squishies urging them on from the side. No need for panic, but just a case of keeping possession and keeping their structure. Delaney comes forward again. Good work by Griffin, looking to feed it to Knoll. Comes across the face of goal, and unfortunately, Van der Schwaart didn't see it till very, very late. Hammerland just delaying play. He'll now be closed down. Gets past Bottler. Hammerland, he just needed to square it. Van der Schwaart is there. Good block. Van der Schwaart lifts it over the keeper. Plocek came back off the boards into his hands, but it went over the goal. So Sonics having to work really hard. Stolen in front of goal. Should be a chance. Well, it was a great block in the end. A brave one. And it's getting physical now. Nguyen involved, and great turn from Moncton. Goes down towards Plocek. Plays it across the face of goal. And it is going to be a Sonics ball. So Lamble just couldn't get that. It was a good, unselfish pass from Moncton. Ball down on Plocek's goal, looked to lay it across the face, and Lamble was there, but he just couldn't get the shot on target. In fact, he couldn't get really a good connection. Plocek, though, making it hard, just outside the line of vision, just closing down all the time, and Miskovic would have hoped to have brought that under control. The Gartner brothers combine again. He drives that, and it took a deflection, I think, just in front of Alexandrakis, so it will be a hit in again for the Sonics. Comes all the way back to Zach Oak. Oak keeps the ball on the end of his stick. Gartner releases it to Miskovic. Miskovic fires it across. First time shot came from Thomas Gartner, and it's just gone wide. Lamble putting pressure on. Sonics are just trying to eat up the clock. They need another goal, you feel, if they're going to be assured of victory in this Australian Floorball Open Final 2018, coming to you live from Mandurah, courtesy of Subaru Mandurah. It's going to be Squishy's hit in from the side. Hammerland retrieves the ball. Hammerland. Just a little bit of pushing and shoving in front of the goal. As you'd expect, everybody wanted to get the upper hand over their teammate. And great to see a young volunteer helping out. He's getting his moment of glory. That's about the only glory Manchester United are going to get this year. Hammerland plays it forward. It's going to come to Delaney. Delaney again, along the baseline it goes to Jordan Knoll just behind the goal. And it was a stick check again against Slushies. Still just over 6 minutes left in this final. Lost in the forward zone, good shot. Van der Swart with a good shot, but Plocek again manages to gather right in front of him. Brought down by Ben Hughes. It's the first action we've seen him have for the Sonics in this final. Good to see him getting some game time as Nordstrom, well, it looked as if he lifted that one into the body of Delaney, and it's gone out off Nordstrom, so it'll be a hit in for the Squishies with 5.5 minutes left. Can they find another 2 goals from somewhere? What a final it's been. Steindl didn't really get hold of that. Moncton helps him out though. Steindl, one hand on the stick, then it just ricochets off his chest. Determination from Gavin Steindl. Across the face of goal, ricochets up in the air. Good work again by Noni. Keeps it alive for the Squishies. Comes back to Ray Steindl. Feeds his brother Gavin. Gavin, though, played it into the foot of Fraser. Sonics had possession. Steindl was putting pressure on. Nordstrom carries forward. Lucky touch, and that went off Ray Steindl. Don't think he knew too much about it. Good effort coming in from Max Bowen. Moncton, lively throughout. His stick is broken, so he's going to have to go off. You don't see that too often. Just collided with Michael Woods. Nordstrom again, just slowing things down. Leaves the ball for Daniel Gartner. Squishies too, making the changes. Thomas Gartner. Oh, what exciting prospects these Gartner twins really are for Australian floorball. Just 20 years of age. They'll turn 21 on the 7th of April. Lamble, though, did well to steal possession. Now can he create something for Squishies? Good recovering tackle. But the free hit goes the way of the Squishies. So again, we've got some moisture on the court. Just making sure that that's all cleaned up. Our little helper doing a fine job. Wonder if he's as good at home doing the housework. Just under 4 minutes left. Squishy's needing to find 2 goals from somewhere. Hammerland fires it across. What an important touch from Miskovic. Miskovic just taking it away at the vital moment, away from Jordan Knoll. Van der Schwart loses possession. Gartner was there. Alexandrakis just drops the ball to Jake van der Schwart. Hammerland goes behind his goal. A little bit of space wide. Delaney plays it down the side. Cross the back it goes, and Abel plays it forward. Miskovic is alone up forward for the Sonics. Has to double back. Double teaming. Hammerland comes up with the ball for the Squishies. Driving through was Knoll, but it was a good tackle from Gartner. Gartner's brother is up ahead, but he can't bring it under control. He will now, though. Good play from Thomas Gartner. Gartner still alive. Miskovic looking to drive it forward. Ricochets up in the air. Strong challenge. Oak hits the boards as Van der Schwart plays it forward. Knoll shoulder to shoulder with Abel. Abel comes out on top. Looks to use the boards. Feeds Gartner. Lovely skills from Gartner. Van der Schwart just took him out, and Gartner's stick has gone flying further up the court while his teammates play in the back corner. Bringing the changes quickly. Max Bowen comes on, collects. Abel is put under pressure. Moncton lively as always, and Noni also joining in, trying to play a high press. Moncton got a touch off that, so it's back with the Squishies now. Moncton lays it across, and good clearance again by Michael Woods. Tim Bottler hasn't been able to score today. Steindl gets it off him, but Bottler gets it back. Free hit, though, goes the way of the Squishies. Just over 2 minutes remaining. And I think we've had a timeout called by the Squishies. So Squishies have indeed called a timeout. So this is one last chance for them to regroup. Just plan what they're going to do in this final 2 minutes. And the big question is, can they find 2 goals within those 2 minutes? They would hope that they could. It's going to be tough, but they're going to battle hard. Once again, we'd like to thank Subaru Mandurah. Do you know where they are? They're in 16 Panton Road, just off Gordon Road in Mandurah. And they are the sponsors of this live stream, which, again, we apologise. We have had a lot of issues here in Mandurah with the internet level or the standard of the feed, so that it is buffering a little bit, we believe. So hopefully you'll stick with us. We're doing the best we can in very difficult circumstances in terms of bringing you the best quality we would have liked. Hammerland giving great talking at the moment to his teammates. Can they find a way back? Eastern Sonics 2, Pakenham Squishies 4. There are 2 minutes, 10 seconds left in this match. Who will be the champions of the Australian Floorball Open 2018? Can the Squishies, who've won the title 4 times, find a way back and force us into extra time, golden goal, or even a shootout? Moncton brings it down brilliantly. He's been superb for the Squishies. Steindl behind the goal, really getting involved. That's Gavin Steindl. Laid back, Bottler is there. Got the better of Noyen. Managed to feed it out to Fraser. Fraser on the boards. Just needs to keep possession. Gavin Steindl coming back and trying with Noyen to get possession. Noyen did well. Got it to Steindl. Steindl plays it to Ray Steindl. Moncton now lays it back, but Ray Steindl just got a little bit too acute with his angle. And now it's Tim Bottler in the corner. Ray Steindl in close attendance. Maybe a little bit too close. A little push in the back from Steindl. A little bit of frustration. 1.5 minutes. That was good play from the experienced Tim Bottler. Just winding the clock down, drawing the foul. And that just eats into the Squishies' time to get back on level terms. So the Gartner brothers again trying to keep possession, using their body well. One hand on the stick. It was good play again by Delaney. Also determined, and now it's Griffin. It was Noel who showed the determination and got the ball forward to Griffin. Griffin behind the goal. Abel just plays it forward. Hammerland looking for options as he collects for the Squishies. Goes behind the goal. Has Noel in space. Noel plays it forward just down the side. And again, good defensive work by Zach Oak. Plocek picks it up, throws it forward. Gartner just helps it on. Miskovic picks up. Sonics have it, though, through Alexandra Drakis. Noel just lays it back. Played forward, and Abel goes behind the goals, and it comes to Thomas Gartner. Gartner very casual on the ball and then just scoops it past Hammerland. 46 seconds left. Well, Squishies now, you feel it is a real uphill battle for them. And that's played directly out of play. Caught that young lady by surprise. Have to keep your eye on the ball at all times. Monkton, great pass again, fired across. Plocek didn't know much about that as that came from Jordan Noyen. Noyen again gets another chance. Hammerland pushes it wide. Steindl first time. That was Ray Steindl. Gavin Steindl into the chest of Plocek. One back again by Squishies. Gavin Steindl looks to lay it back. Here's a chance for Noyen. Deflected away by Bowen. So it will be Squishies' ball. They're hitting. Short little touch. Monkton. And again a deflection. 16 seconds on the clock. All of the Sonics bench on their feet. Counting down the clock, just reminding the players how long they've got to last. Hammerland, Gavin Steindl calling it for it on his right. Goes back to Monkton. Monkton first times it in. Good block again, though, coming from Woods. Monkton tries another shot. It's gone wide. It took a deflection, but he whistle had gone before he shot. 4 seconds left. Well, I don't think they're going to manage to get the draw. But if they get a consolation goal now, Monkton to Hammerland. Steindl, it's gone in. Well, the final touch, I think, came from Noyen. And Plocek was beaten right on the hooter. What a final we've witnessed. What a comeback by the Squishies. But it wasn't enough. And it is, in fact, the Eastern Sonics who are going to be victorious in this match. And they will be crowned the Australian Floorball Open champions in the men's competition for 2018, although there is 1 second still remaining. So we are going to play, I think, that 1 second. And then we will get the final hooter. Waiting for the restart. It goes now, and there is the siren. And it is the Sonics victorious as they celebrate a famous victory over the Pakenham Squishies. But what a game the Squishies gave them. An immense comeback in the last quarter. They were, or the last period rather, they were trailing 4-0 and they got it back to 4-3. But in the end, just run out of time. Final score, Eastern Sonics 4, Pakenham Squishies 3. The Eastern Sonics are the champions for 2018.
The new Subaru Outback. Incredible handling. Phenomenal tech. Awesome capability. Make more memories. Do more, Australia.